That's a 20% return investment on my money. That's pretty darn tootin' good. You can't even get that good in the stock market. The 10 foods that you must stockpile right now at the holidays. Number 1 is flour. Yes, flour is on sale for all of the holiday baking. Stock up on it because right now is usually the cheapest priced for flour. The next thing is sugar. Yes, flour and sugar always usually go together, but this time of year, sugar is cheap. It would also include your powdered sugar and your brown sugars. All of those you need in your stockpile. Now, your brown sugar and your powdered sugar, you don't need as much as you do regular sugar. You can make brown sugar out of white sugar by just adding some molasses to it. Powdered sugar, you can just put it in a blender and grind it up so it's a finer powder, and you have powdered sugar. Add a little cornstarch if you want. It helps it to get finer. Both of these recipes are in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on sale right now for the holidays, guys, up to 50% off. Yes, all of these recipes are in there. Do you know you can make self-rising flour out of flour, salt, and baking powder? That's all it is. All of these recipes in our Dining on a Dime cookbooks. But if you stock up on these basic ingredients right now while they're on sale, then you can pay the lower price all year long. I'm still paying 2021 and 2022 prices for my groceries because I stockpiled when groceries were 20% cheaper than they are now. So that's a 20% return investment on my money. That's pretty darn tootin' good. You can't even get that good in the stock market. So when you stock up on these things now while they're cheaper, then when prices go up, you don't have to worry. When you have a power outage, when you have sickness, layoff, hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards in my situation, mudslides in my situation, flooding in my situation, all of those times I have been cut off from civilization, not able to get groceries because of the stockpile that we can continually keep on hand and use all the time. The next thing is canned soups. Your cream of mushrooms, your cream of chickens, all of your regular soups, those are easy to open and either just heat. A lot of them you can just eat plain and even cold if you needed to, but you can just either eat or warm up or add a little bit of water and you're good. So that in an emergency situation, if you do not have a way to heat your food, at least you can just open a can of soup and it may not be real tasty cold or room temperature, but at least it's already cooked and edible so that you're not going to starve if you don't have access to heat up your food. The next thing is canned vegetables. The majority of canned vegetables you can eat right out of the can. Same thing, they don't need to be cooked. Yes, it's fine if you want to heat them up, but green beans and corn, definitely you can just eat those. The little potatoes, the carrots, all of those canned vegetables can be eaten just straight out of the can if you need to. Now, the other thing with the canned vegetables is Mom's stew recipe in Dining on a Dime Volume 1. Also, you could dump all those together with some canned roast beef or canned chicken, and you could make Mom's stew with the canned beef, or you could make my shepherd's pie recipe if you wanted, or my chicken soup recipe in Volume 1 also. The next thing I would stock up on is butter. Now, this isn't a pantry staple. This would be something in the freezer, but I buy butter this time of year when it's on sale for the cheapest price, $2 to $3 a pound, depending on where you live. And I fill up my freezer. Okay, I don't fill up my freezer. I usually fill up my freezer door with butter, and that will last me a good 6 months until Easter when butter goes on sale again. So stock up on butter for all of that baking also. Along with butter is margarine. Yes, I use margarine for a lot of my recipes. It does not burn like butter for certain recipes. So yes, it's fine. You can leave me all the comments you want about how it's one step away from plastic. That is just a lie straight from the pit of hell. Margarine is not one step away from plastic. I don't care what anybody says. That is one of the dumber internet things going around in the last 25 years. But anyway, margarine and butter are both on sale. Get them while they're cheap to use for all of your baking. Next thing is evaporated milk. Evaporated milk, or canned milk as grandma used to call it, is actually very good because you can just add some water to it. Why it's evaporated milk is they have taken some of the water out. You can add water to it and just use it like regular milk. You don't have to use water in it if you don't want to, but when you add the water to it, it does extend it further so that you have more for your baking if you need to use the canned or evaporated milk. The next thing is cake mixes. Yes, I like cake mixes. I have no problem with them. All it is flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, and flavoring and food coloring. That's all cake mix is. I have no problem getting cake mixes on sale now. Usually they're between 50 cents and 99 cents this time of year. So I stock up and use cake mixes for all of my holiday baking. And then I also get enough to get me through at least 6 months for the Easter sales then. So cake mixes are a great staple to have on hand. The next thing is potatoes. Yes, you can dehydrate potatoes if you want to make your own dehydrated potatoes. My mom did this all the time. She'll dehydrate potatoes. Now, personally, I don't go to all that work. The kind of potatoes that I buy are the instant potato flakes because those are also on sale. So for my dehydrated potatoes, I just get the potato flakes. But if you want to get real potatoes and dehydrate them yourself, you can do that, and then they'll be more shelf stable. But you can store potatoes in a cool, dry place and they will last several months. So get yourself 15, 20, 30 pounds, depending on how big your family is, and store them. They are really filling and they are great for winter because you can just throw baked potatoes in the oven, just wash them off, put some bacon grease on them, sprinkle a little coarse salt, cover them, put them in the oven to bake for an hour with some chicken or your roast or whatever you're cooking for your main meat, your shepherd's pie, whatever. Then you can have really delicious feeling baked potatoes for your dinners. Really, they don't take that long. If you want, you could do the same thing and throw them in your crock pot and have them waiting for you when you get home if you want. You can have baked potatoes just as your main meal. Put some chili on top, put some leftover chicken or hamburger or roast beef on top, and then put cheese, green chilies. You could put onions, sour cream, any baked potato toppings. Guys, Dining on a Dime Volume 1, up to 50% off right now for our Black Friday sale. Yes, that recipe is in our Dining on a Dime Volume 1, how to make delicious baked potatoes, and a bunch of topping ideas also to help you come up with ideas for cooking. Most of the problem with cooking isn't the fact that we're cooking, it's just coming up with the ideas. How to make things like biscuits, tortillas, bake bread, how to make baked potatoes, how to make potato soup. All of those things are in our Dining on a Dime cookbooks, and they are on sale, 40% off right now for our Black Friday sale. The link is in the description below. This next one, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but Sprite. So this time of year, we stock up on Sprite. Why? Because when we get stomach illnesses, Sprite is one thing that really helps our stomach to feel better. So I stock up on the cans and the 2 liters when they are on sale at their cheapest for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, and Labor Day and 4th of July. When all the major holidays is when your sodas are on sale. So I stock up for those for my prepper pantry just to help us if we start getting sick to our stomachs. That really helps settle our stomachs and keeps everybody hydrated, and it's cheaper than Gatorade. Now, the other thing that you could get to go along with that would be electrolytes, like these drops is what I get. The drops are the cheapest. I don't know if somebody has another cheaper alternative, let me know. But the electrolytes also, when you're having stomach illnesses, they can really help get you through. If you want to know how to prepare for emergencies, go watch this video next and visit us at livingonadime.com. We will see you guys next time.